Hey everybody! How's it going? Happy Saturday night. Um, we're gonna try this live stream again because you guys, Thursday we had some problems. I know some of you tried to watch my live stream on Thursday and I had this big black bar across my face and it said video not available. But yet you could see me behind the black bar and you could hear me. But it was all jacked up and nobody got any notifications, and we're gonna do a redo, because there's so much going on with the border right now, and I just don't think that people are talking enough about it. So far it looks like the live stream is working tonight, and that's great. Hey, Florida Jim, thank you. Florida Jim is in the house. He is one of my moderators, and I love you. If I wasn't holding the phone, I'd make a little heart. Love you. Black Bart is here. My man. Okay, Black Bart is my man. That's Mr. Atomic. He's also one of my moderators. Thank you, thank you. Obviously, he got the notification. You know what's so funny is Mr. Atomic sometimes doesn't even get my notifications. Talk about censorship. I don't know. But you guys, tonight, I am wearing the first ever made Atomic News TV t-shirt. Boom! This is the first one ever, okay? There are two more out there already. A couple people have already ordered, some of my viewers. But you guys, you can order these t-shirts on Teespring if you want. I do put the link in, I think, all of my videos. And when this is uploaded, like officially processed on YouTube, it'll have the link so you guys can go back and check it out if you guys want to support my channel. If not, I still love you, and you're still welcome here, of course, like usual. And I want to thank Let's Be Frank, who is a friend of mine here on YouTube. He's a fellow YouTuber, and he is the one that told me about Teespring, so thank you, Let's Be Frank. He hopefully will be here soon, and after I kind of do a little rundown about what Thursday's video is about, hopefully he will call in, and you guys will get to talk to him because he's great. He has a great channel, and you guys need to know about him. So, and then we may have some other callers too. Might have somebody from United Conservative Patriots, a female, which, boom, I'm so excited if she calls in. Ooh. And then I think Deplorable Bobby might actually show up too. He has a YouTube channel. He's a newer conservative YouTube channel, but you know, I like to support. It doesn't matter the size of a YouTube channel. You know, whether it's a small YouTuber or a big YouTuber or someone in between, I'm going to support them because it's all about getting the message out there, you guys. And we as YouTubers should be supporting each other, helping each other grow, and getting the real truth out there. Because obviously the mainstream media is full of shit. And they're bought and paid for. So you need to pick and choose what you really, really listen to when it comes to the mainstream media. But let's get into it, you guys. I've got 30 people in here and only 31 people. There we go, one more. And only 8 likes. So if you haven't hit that like button, you guys, boom. I did my hair for you. Ooh, and I did my makeup for you. So give me a like. So just to recap Thursday, you guys, there was a live stream issue across YouTube, okay? It wasn't just me. You guys, even Marfugal, okay? I don't know, does anybody out there watch Marfugal? I love me some Marfugal. I love me some John X Army, too. They can be a little fear-mongerish, but I love conspiracy theories, so I love to watch them. Even they had problems, okay? So they had the exact same problems that I did. It was just YouTube in general. It wasn't me. I wasn't specifically being censored, even though that would make me laugh if I was. But you guys, Thursday I talked about Conservative Anthony, all right? If you guys are not following Conservative Anthony and Border News Network, you need to, because he is the one that I get a lot of my footage from that I upload onto YouTube. He gets great footage, you guys. He is on the border in El Paso, and he knows exactly what's going on. Dude is there when shit goes down, okay? He had some amazing video that I did upload, and you can go back and watch it if after this live stream, where in El Paso, over 700 illegal aliens crossed the border. this week, okay? And what they were doing, and he caught this on video, is they were actually blocking the border fence, demanding that Border Patrol come and pick them up, okay? They were refusing to move, okay? In my mind, that's brilliant, but do I like it? No, of course I don't like it, but it was brilliant on their part. They refused to move. They demanded money and food, and somebody was helping them. I believe it was from Annunciation House, and they had hay. They were giving them hay to lay on the ground so that they weren't just laying on the dirt. They said it took 20 days to get there, okay, from Guatemala. They said they were from Guatemala. 20 days? 20 days. Okay, so it doesn't take 20 days to walk. So somebody was helping them, okay, whether that was buses, trains, the Beast train, you know, that I posted a video on, where people are just hopping on and getting their ride up north. Somebody's helping them, okay, because if you were to walk from Guatemala to the U.S. border, it takes more than 20 days. So they're getting help. And then this group that was blocking the border fence was 90% men, okay? They had a couple children, yes. And then I think there was one, maybe two women at the most, okay? Rest all men. All men. And it wasn't the first group of the day. Oh, I'm getting a notification of some sort. I don't know. I'll have to go back and check it out. So multiple groups in one day were doing this and demanding, and of course they had to be picked up, because what are we going to do? You guys, they're being bussed to the border. Also from Conservative Anthony, I posted some footage of, it's night footage. God, I need to shut off my notifications when I do a live stream. It's night footage, so it's hard to see, but you can see the lights from the buses. I mean, bus after bus after bus coming in to unload immigrants at the border in El Paso, where the border fence ends. Because, boom, they just have to go whoop around that border fence, and they're in the U.S. They've got their foot in the door, and as soon as their foot is over the border, boom, Border Patrol gets called, they get picked up, and they are in the United States. That's how it works, you guys. Last night, I posted, some mind-blowing video from United Constitutional Patriots. Sorry, I'm having my eyeball is twitching. You guys, I'm having some neurological issues right now. If you see my eyeball twitching, I'm not winking at you. Okay. You guys know I have some neurological issues on the side of my head. So, hey. But they caught two underage, so teenagers, unaccompanied minors crossing the border. Okay, one of my moderators just said, okay, I'm coming. So they just caught them and then had to call Border Patrol. And so you can see the whole video from basically when they caught them and they had them sitting on the ground to when Border Patrol comes to pick them up. So get your popcorn ready and get your jammies on tonight and go watch some of these videos that I uploaded this week, because you're going to be amazed at what's happening in the border. I mean, it blows your mind. It's going to blow your mind. Hey, Divergent Droid is in the house. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Hi, Mike. Hey, Jesus, how you doing? Oh, Dorinda, hi, you're back. CBD Dave, CBD as in like CBD. Let's see who else is in the house right now. Catherine, hi Catherine, hi Lisa, hi Dee. I just want you guys to all know that I see and hear you. Hi Joyce. Now you guys, as I'm doing a live stream, in case you haven't been here before, it's hard for me to always read your comments. I know you guys are talking to each other, and sometimes you ask something to me. It is hard for me to multitask. I have 3 devices here in front of me for information: my phone, my tablet, this phone that I'm talking on, all of my notes. And then I'm talking, and then you guys are talking, and of course I want to know what you're talking about. But if there's something specific that you want me to see, you I'm gonna suggest super chat. All right, gotta plug some super chat here. In the bar where you type, if you go to the far right, there is a $sign. You can make a teeny tiny donation. Okay, and when you do that, when you make a little donation to my channel, you can actually put in a question, and it will pop up, highlight to me, and I will see it. I can't miss that. Whereas where you're talking right now, I could possibly miss that, just so you guys know. So just a suggestion. You don't have to. Still love you if you don't. But you guys, something else that's going on in the border right now. Whew, I don't know if you watch AZ Patriots, but they were some sneaky little suckers this week. There is a church in Arizona, I believe it's in Chandler. It's called The Grove. And of course I watch Arizona very closely because I'm moving back to Arizona in May, and God, that cannot come soon enough. This church advertised for host families for illegal immigrants. Host families, okay? They want people to host them until they have to get on the bus or the plane to go to wherever the hell they're going. I don't know where they're going. They don't really say. But they emailed them. They were tricky. They emailed them, used, a fake name and email, and said, hey, I'm interested in hosting a family. And they emailed back directions on how to do it. Hey, Tony Two Crow, how you doing? Thank you for your $1 super chat. I appreciate that. You should have put a question. I could have answered a question for you, but that's okay. Thank you so much for that donation to my channel. You guys, and in these directions, they said, when you leave with your migrants, if they have an ankle monitor, which, okay, good, they have some of them have ankle monitors, make sure you leave with an ankle monitor charger. I'm sorry, what? So they actually have to charge the ankle monitors for those of the migrants that do have ankle monitors. And if you forget it and it dies, they can't track them. Okay. Just so you guys know, they don't even vet the people that want to host migrants, okay? They don't check them. They don't do anything. Hey, Lisa. Glad you're in the house. Welcome. Lisa's one of my moderators, you guys. She helps me out whenever she can, and I appreciate her very much for being here. There's no vetting of the host, you guys. So it could be anybody. It could be a total creeper. It could be a pedophile. It could be a murderer, a rapist. It could be anybody taking these migrants into their home, okay? And then in these directions, you guys, they tell them, don't leave them alone in your house. If you have to leave your house, make sure somebody else is there. Because what? They might steal shit. Probably. You don't know what they're going to do in your house. And you guys, hello, squatters. What if they don't, what if these are migrants that don't have ankle monitors and they don't want to leave your house? How are you going to force them out of your house? You're going to have these illegals living in your house. I mean, in my opinion, you would have to have like one brain cell to do this, because it's completely stupid. Like, oh, hi, Ragnar. Ragnar wants to come say hi. Come up here, honey. This is Ragnar. This is Ragnar the Viking wiener. Hi. Okay, so he wants to be with his nanny. I'm his nanny. I love her. So, and then they tell you, you guys, make sure you get your migrant to their location, to their bus, to their plane, and don't leave them until they get on their bus or their plane. I'm a little mind blown at that. You guys, it is in no way, shape, or form safe to host a migrant. And it's like shopping, you guys. They're like, you can pick whoever you want. Um, so if I was a pedophile, I could pick little girls. If I was a rapist, I could pick the women. It's disgusting, okay? And this church, the Grove, where the hell did they come from? When did they start doing this, you guys? Okay, this is gonna, some people are gonna be like, this is racial. But no, I didn't start early, Frank. I started at 6:30 my time. Well, maybe I started 1 minute. Hey, you guys, Let's Be Frank is in the house. I'm gonna take a phone call from Let's Be Frank in just a few minutes here, because I am dying to know what his opinion is about what's going on the border. You guys, he has a conservative channel, just like me. He covers a variety of topics. One thing that he does not cover a whole lot, it's just probably because it's not his niche, is the border. And so, of course, I want to pick his brain. Because I'm like that. And the questions that, or the things that we're going to talk about, I have no idea what his answers are going to be. I have no idea if he's going to agree with anything that I say on my channel. I don't know. But regardless, he has a great mind. He's a smart guy. Very, very nice. And I want to talk to him. So, you know what? Let's just do that. Let's just start calls. Hey, Frank, I know you have my number if you want to go ahead and call in. Let's do this. And then we can talk about the border, and you can let me know what you think. The number is up, you guys. Frank, go ahead and call in. You've got the number. Florida Jim just posted it. Nobody else call in. I'm waiting for Frank. You guys, I'll have you turn in a minute. Here we go. Hi, this is Atomic News.
Hello, this is Let's Be Frank. I'm Frank.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going awesome. I just got home and I saw the notification come up on my phone. I was like, oh yeah, I need to hurry up and get home so I can get this thing going.
I went on like maybe 1 minute early.
For some reason in my head, I thought it was 8 o'clock my time you were going on tonight. I was like, I got time to go to the store. I have time.
I know, the whole time zone thing it messes it up.
Oh yeah, so, well, I'm glad to be on. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I'm glad you're here. You guys, I have been talking to Frank for, what, like a month now?
Yeah, right around.
Yeah. And, we have a lot of similar opinions on things. So one thing that I really wanted to do was kind of pick his brain on the border, and he was kind enough to agree to call in and be on the show tonight. So you guys, if you're not already subscribed to Let's Be Frank, after this live stream, I want you all to go check him out. I think you will love his content. You're going to love his personality. And I think you're going to really love his channel. So make sure you do that after this live stream.
Thank you. Very kind words, all of them. I do appreciate it.
So I would love to know what you think of, I know you watch my channel, what you think of the footage that you see, all of these buses that come in and unload illegals, and, the people that are, were posted at the border and basically blocking the border fence, and anything. I would just love to know what you think about what's going on the border right now.
Well, my thoughts on the border, I take it from a couple different perspectives, and I understand the influx that we're currently having. The majority is what we see coming in is from Central America itself, not so much Mexico, even though Mexico does probably make up maybe 20-25% of the illegals that are coming through the border. It now has shifted more so to Central America, places such as Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, et cetera, down there. And the reason, obviously, I think what we see a lot is now in that is we're seeing a lot of able-bodied people leaving their countries versus fighting for your own country. So I have a problem with that aspect of it. And then the humanity side of myself says, well, but then my logic side says, well, there is a process that we need to go through. And that is what is at the core of this. Nobody wants to fix the actual issue. The issues are immigration laws, and they need to be overhauled and completely, I think simplified, but a easier way, a more streamlined path or way that we can deal with processing people as they show up at the border, and we are able to maybe within a couple weeks determine, yes, you qualify for whatever you're here for, or no, sorry, you're back on a bus going back to wherever you're from. And next time you come here, it's going to be a different type of punishment outside of being deported, because right now, I do believe they get multiple chances being deported before they're actually jailed. And then when they're jailed here in the United States, we still get put with the bill anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, we're getting screwed. Any way you look at it, whether we jail them or we allow them to stay within society, we continue to be getting the bill as a taxpayer, as a citizen of the United States. My grandparents came over here back in the early teens of the 1900s, and they went through the process and they became citizens about a decade afterwards when they arrived. And so I'm third generation here in the United States, and I just worry about nobody in Congress, and that goes on both sides, Republicans and Democrats. They're both in it together. There's a few Republicans that stand out that really rail against, reforming the immigration laws and actually enforcing current laws that are on the books. However, everybody else seems to be okay with just whatever goes, goes, and let's see how much easier we can allow things to be coming through the border and not enforcing our current laws. So that is my actual stance on the border right now.
Okay. You guys, you see how this is why I wanted him on the show, you guys. He's so intelligent. He has so much to say. Like, he's got so much information. Like, I love talking to him. How do you feel about, this is kind of, I guess, going back a little bit older news now. How did you feel when Trump called national emergency and said, I'm going to build that wall regardless? How did that, what do you think of that?
Well, I was, during that debate, I was kind of split. One side of me, I love the Constitution. I love everything that it provides. And he was within his constitutional right to do what he did. Mm-hmm. Because Congress ceded that power to him back in the 70s. They ceded that power to the executive branch to issue a national emergency. And with such a broad legislation that it really didn't specify what was what could be called a national emergency. Mm-hmm. So we're currently under, I believe 29 or 31 national emergencies right now that have been enacted by previous administrations going back all the way back to Carter, when this legislation was actually passed. Uh-huh. So for Congress to be all up in arms now about it, I find it kind of hypocritical. If they really want to send a message, they need to go ahead and pass a law revoking that amendment that they had put into the Constitution, where they gave him power. They would need to go ahead and do that instead of trying to say, well, no, we're not going to let you do what we already said you could do. Right. And for people like Rand Paul and all these other, they call themselves very constitutional people. I understand their point of view of how they feel about it. Mm-hmm. At the same time, though, he's within the law. There's nothing he's doing outside of the law. So for them to kind of stand on this issue and try to proclaim righteousness because they said, well, we were upset when Obama did it. Well, yeah, and you guys didn't do anything about it. You guys didn't pass a law to fix that issue at all. The law has been on the books already since the 70s, and you guys failed to pass any type of legislation after you had the House and the Senate the 2 years prior to Donald Trump being elected president. So there was nothing that you guys did, and then after President Trump became president, and you could have gotten legislation signed, You could have passed it again, but you had such an issue with it, and it was such bothering you guys at that time for you to want to rail against it now. It's just, I feel like it's almost a Fox sentiment. They're not truly genuine about it. I think they're more so trying to screw the president outside of trying to stand on some type of morality high ground.
Agreed. Totally agreed. My last question I had for you that I was really curious what you thought about was, obviously the Democrats this week were trying to pass new voting abilities for people under 18. They wanted to change voting rights to 16, and then they wanted to have voting rights for these migrants that are coming into the country. Do you agree or disagree with that? And what are your thoughts on that?
Well, the whole thing of H.R. 1, the bill that the House decided to pass, is jammed full with just a bunch of junk in it, along with the 3 different points you had made on there. They have, I'll get to those 3 points in a second. They have stuff in there that's stuffed in there for the Supreme Court, where they're trying to tighten the restrictions of who could be nominated for the Supreme Court, because they're still very upset about the Kavanaugh thing going through. So they're going to try to do more to limit who can be nominated to the Supreme Court by the president moving forward. Also, there is the legislation that you talked about right now that's in there, the 16 and older. Our kids right now across the country, they don't even know what gender they are anymore at 16 years old. We're going to allow them to vote? I'm in the minority where I feel like we should own property again before we can cast a vote again. I'm willing to go that far back.
I love it.
At least I have skin in the game. You own something, you own property. You're like, I really got something more at stake than the 16-year-old that can't figure out which bathroom he has to use.
I love it. I was like, dude, 16-year-old boys don't even know how to aim correctly when they pee. How are they going to know what to do? How are they going to know who to vote for,
It's all of a sense to, it's a grab of power. That's all they're looking for at this, because they know 16-year-olds are very influenced through the culture, such as Hollywood, music, television, social media. Anybody that looks cool, they want to emulate what those people are saying, and they echo everything they say as well. So they look up to people like Cardi B, Beyonce,
yes.
People out there. There's so many wicked people out there. There's too many to name, but the real deplorables are actually in Hollywood.
Yes, so true.
When Hillary Clinton said the basket of deplorables, I'm pretty sure she actually meant Hollywood, because there's plenty of deplorables out there. Don't even get me started with all the crap that goes on out there on the left coast. But yeah, it's just a grab power for them. They just want to be able to extend, and that's the same thing with illegals voting, and they say for local elections. That doesn't fly with me, because if they're easily able to vote in a local election, what's going to happen when the federal election comes in, and all they have to do is show their ID card that they got at the state-issued driver's license place and say, "Yep, I'm here to vote." Okay, come on in. Yeah. And then another part with that whole thing is actually registering people to vote on the day of election. And I have a problem with that as well, because you have no time to do any type of filing background information on those people, and they can just show up and say, "I'm here to vote." Okay, here's your register you to vote today, and there you go. So it's all just a grab of power for Democrats, because they know they're losing sectors of places they always relied on. They relied on the union workers to vote Democrat, and they didn't do this last time in 2016. They voted for Trump. A large portion of the black community is also peeling off now, and they're seeing the good work that Trump has done for the country. and his support among African Americans in the nation, I think it's up. It's some of the lower polls that has it in like the high 30s, and some of the more generous polls that has it closer to 50. And even Latino support has him higher than he's ever been. And Democrats are absolutely scared of this because they know they can't win elections and they can't carry that minority vote. They know they have to have that blue collar, that whole Rust Belt, and they have to have the minority enabled to capture the presidency. And right now, Donald Trump has those people on his side because he's the only person demonstrating he's willing to try to work toward improving their lives in a very quick pace versus what Democrats have promised for the last 40 years and still have not delivered on anything they've promised.
Yep, exactly. Boom. You guys, that is, I mean, you just said, you hit the nail on the head right there. You nailed it. You nailed it. Well, I've had, my phone has been like ringing off the hook, but I am so like honored to have you on my channel, and I just wanted to let you know that, and I appreciate you taking the time to call in and answer my questions and be part of this live stream.
Oh no, absolutely, my pleasure. My biggest thing I've always I mentioned to you privately. I've talked to other YouTubers I talked to as well that have a conservative viewpoint that all kind of cover different niches. And like you said, I don't normally cover the border very often. Mm-hmm. I have in the past where I did a couple stories here and there, but I guess my niche is more so DC politics, what's happening in DC. But my thing is that we need to support each other as a community. Whenever we have an opportunity to go on each other's shows, if that's the type of format that we have, I think we should absolutely explore those avenues. And the same thing if we have different social media accounts, that we support each other that way as well. Yes. And also, I never want to be that type of person or a person on this platform that just neglects anybody else that has the same type of viewpoints that we do. We should be able to blast those people out there and say, hey, make sure you go check this person out or go check this person out. Like this morning, the Wright brothers, Damani from the Wright brothers, there's another conservative channel that I got to know over the course of this last year. He sent me a text this morning. He said, hey, Frank, I got a new video. Do you mind sending it out to your viewers and letting them know that our new videos out? I said, absolutely. So I put it on Twitter, Facebook, and also my community tab on my channel. I always make it a point to make sure I try to remember to call out, people that I work with outside of off screen. People such as yourself and the Wright brothers and others that I talk with. So yeah, I feel that this community is very important to continue to nourish because we're not getting any help from anybody else besides the people that support these channels right now. Big tech is out to censor and try to deplatform anybody that gets too big too quick or that are big enough where they can take them out. So they have no problem taking voices off of these platforms. So that's why it's important to make sure we absolutely support each other and our community is aware that there are other ones out there that are covering different points of view or different sectors of what's happening within the country.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to call in, and let's make sure we do something again in the future, okay?
Oh, absolutely. We do a pretty good job keeping in touch. I'm sure we will figure something else out for upcoming episodes.
All right, sounds good. Well, you have a good night.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for having me on here on Comic News, and I will sit here in the chat for a little bit longer. I got a couple things I got to do to get ready for my stream a little bit later here. So, yes. But always a pleasure. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity.
All right. Take care. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. That was awesome. Okay, that was just awesome. I love talking to him. You guys, he after my live stream, you guys need to flip over to his channel and go watch his live stream because I know that you guys are going to enjoy it. I have to go back. I know somebody did a super chat and I wanted to thank that person. KE, thank you so much for your $2 super chat. KE says, love your work. I thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate the fact that you are here in the live stream and supporting my channel. You guys, my phone was ringing off the hook while Frank was on the phone. I can't can't answer the phone when when I'm talking to him. So if somebody else wants to call back in that called in, you are most welcome to call in. I had 5 people call in. And then a couple people multiple times. You guys, Florida Jim just posted up the number at 779-333-9628. I'm really hoping my girl from United Constitutional Patriots calls in. That was a possibility for tonight. I would love to talk to one of the females, because that's, I just talked to the commander. I think I live streamed it on Tuesday. And you guys, what's going on at the border in El Paso is insane. And yes, there are women down there helping out, and I just was curious, from a woman's point of view. So hopefully she will call in. But you guys, I know there was, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it was 7 people that called in while Frank was here. So you guys, call me. Call back in. In the meantime, while we're waiting for somebody to call in, yeah, 7 people. You guys, 7 people. Call me back. I want to talk to you. Something that I talked about in the live stream on Thursday is that there's some people being investigated right now in mostly in the San Diego area. 10 journalists, 1 attorney, and almost 50. Oh, here we go. This is somebody from Pennsylvania. Hi, this is Atomic News TV.
Hey, this is Kim from United Constitutional Patriots.
Yay! I'm so glad you called in. I was hoping you would.
I heard you.
How's everything going tonight? Are you on the border right now, or are you taking a break?
No, I'm not down there right now, but we do have people down there.
Okay.
I'm not down there right now. Let me turn this off, because now I'm hearing it. Wait a minute. Okay.
Are you there?
I'm hearing myself. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I didn't know if you were on radio or what. I heard something in the background. So
actually, yeah, I'm actually in a room. We have a war room where a bunch of us we meet in here, and we have meetings and stuff. So we have. I was told they put the link in here, and they were like, "Get on there."
Yay!
Follow you up.
So I'm really curious. Obviously, I talked to the commander on Tuesday. But I really am curious for as a woman, what's your opinion about what's going on the border? How do you feel when you see like women and children coming over the border? Just more of a different point of view. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Well, it's disheartening. I mean, it's okay. I tell you what, it's sad because I believe they're being used as pawns. It's sad because I don't think they realize, what the women, there's like actually rape houses, rape trees, what's going on. It makes me sick. And it's sad. Actually, one of our ladies was down there, and she just lost her shit. But she saw it because it does break your heart. It really does. But we got to get that wall up, because if we don't, they're bringing these children and women and they're using them as pawns so they can like sneak and get their drugs through, and and what they have to go through to even get here is not. There's words. I mean, honestly, it's. I mean, we have major. We do have a major issue down here at the border. The Democrats, or they're allowing this, and as long as they're allowing this, this is going to keep happening, and there's going to be the rape and abuse, and they're taking the children, the rape. The child trafficking. That they're used as pawns, and like I said, there's not even words to actually describe the feeling. It's so surreal. You read about it or hear about it, but when you're seeing it,
yeah,
it's
It really,
you know, I mean,
it really hits home.
It hits home. You know, I mean, it's you know, we're not like these people act like because we don't. You know, we want to wall up that we're so cold-hearted. You know what I mean? And having to do with that is actually because we care. And we don't, no woman, no children, nobody deserves to be treated and like this. And you want to help everybody, but you can't.
Right.
I mean, it's impossible, and there's something's got to be done. And like I said, I mean, you don't see it. It breaks your heart. I mean, they had a baby. You know, Deb, she was down there. That's why she lost her ship. You know, they're fine. Don't have to go. You know, it's sick and it's sad. And, you know, and the guys, it bothers them just as much. It really does. You can hear it in their voice. But, you know, we have veterans down there, and it breaks, you know, it breaks their heart. But, you know, you just feel, because you're only allowed to do so much as well. So,
now
like
let me ask you. Now I know when I did my interview on Tuesday, the commander had said that you can hear screams over the border of people being raped, basically. Have you personally heard that?
I have not, but if Deb,
Deb has.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Like, okay, because what happens is, like, too, they're by the railroad tracks.
Right.
Too, so that covers up, I mean, I guess, you know, a lot.
Right.
But you still hear it and you know it, and it makes me want to do, like, just put it to you this way, it makes you just want to go over and take those guys and tie something to something else and drive.
Right. When you run into somebody that says, "Oh, there's no crisis on the border," like, what do you want to tell them? Like, what? Like,
wow.
I know. I'm sure you could tell them a million things, but like, what is the one thing that you would want to like point out when they say something like that?
I would challenge them to go to the border and stay nice and wait and watch how they come across. Mm-hmm. Because if you're there and you get to go home in your own bed, you don't get to see through the night how this is all day long. Right. And how they sneak over there. And if there's no such crisis, you know, and let them see all the children and the women and hear the screaming and the just to see, you know, and how they report how they're catching people 24/7. I mean, how could you say there's not a crisis? I mean, and how could you say there's not a crisis when you're seeing children and women? I dare them to go down there. Mm-hmm. They don't want to see it. That's not what's in their eyes. They don't want to see that. They're seeing builders. They don't. I mean, right. Like I said, there's a lot of mixed emotions, but we got a major crisis.
Right.
And as long as if they don't see it, they don't want to see it, honestly. Because, like I said, they're just voters. If people matter to them, then they wouldn't have full-time abortions, and they don't care about these people. Right. They don't care about anything but themselves.
Yeah.
They don't even have votes.
That's crazy.
That's not what it's about. They play on the heartstrings of the American people who don't see. That are following along with this false report. But I dare challenge anybody to go down there.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I really do, and let them stay for a while, and let them see what's really going on.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's easy to sit back on your couch or behind a desk.
Yeah, they need to get off their butts and go look for themselves, you know, and not just listen to the mainstream media and what they're being spoon-fed and expected to believe. It's ridiculous.
Right. I mean, get in your car and take a ride down there. Stay for a while.
Take a nice drive, right?
You know what I mean? You know, see for yourself, because, I mean, if you're listening to the fake news, you know, of course, they're putting it like, oh, there's no crisis. There's nothing going on, nothing to see here. Mm-hmm. Well, I challenge anybody. You have that choice. You can get in your car. You can go down there and stay for a while and just see, and look for yourself. It's out there.
Right.
I mean, we're down there. Video. We're taking pictures, and people are still. You can't even get to them. They're like, "Oh, it's staged." Really? Okay.
It's brainwashed. They're brainwashed. And anybody who believes that there is not a crisis on the border is brainwashed.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. I mean, like I said, it's all out there. Go look for yourself. I challenge you. And if we're lying, okay, but we're not, and they'll see that. But until then, you can just keep believing and getting, drinking the Kool-Aid, and pretend it's not happening.
Exactly. Well,
And I hope they realize how much it costs to take care of all these people, because honestly, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And it's going to take us bankrupt the way all these people are coming. And a lot of them are coming back to make friends. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of, the way I'm understanding, there is, I heard my number was 6,100, I think, with 215 buses that were coming, with all men. Yep. So, and
that's crazy.
And as
I think
pawns, so they can send them, but they don't, sneaking around coming in another way, or trying to. And these women, people wouldn't know it. They wouldn't be sending all these women, but send them up by themselves, knowing that they're going to be raped many, many times along the way.
Yes.
Or sold, or murdered. They're taking a chance.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So it's now, long as if we shut the borders, they know that they can't get in that way. So they're not, it's going to be, it's not like it is. So I think, like I said, I challenge anybody to go down there.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. Well, I want to thank you so much for calling in. You guys, Chuck is here, and Chuck says that you work in the war room there, and you help coordinate everything and help, with everything that
get
you guys
intel,
do on the border.
We get intel and get the word out, and we
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
well, I want to thank you for the work that you do, and for helping United Constitutional Patriots get their work done on the border. I appreciate what they do, and so I appreciate what you do then, because you help. So I just want to take the time and thank you for that.
Would you like to talk to Debbie?
Oh, is she there?
I told her she needs a call.
Oh, okay. So she might call in. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to talk to her. I talked to her on Facebook.
I told her, I said, because she's down there.
She's down there. Okay.
Tell you,
okay.
No, not now. She'll be back down. She's going back down. She went home for a couple of days, I think. But she's going back.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. Because this is somebody we need like 24/7. You know what I mean?
Right.
To give other people, to come home, take a break a little bit. It's a lot.
Right. Well, hopefully,
and I'm glad she's able to do it.
Hopefully, she'll call in next then, and I'll get to talk to her and pick her brain.
She could tell her.
All right, girl. Well, I want to thank you for calling in, and thank you for your information, and just want to say again that I appreciate you and the work that you do. So I hope that you have an amazing night, and all of your men and women on the border are safe.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And so she should be calling here.
Okay. All right. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's awesome. So, you guys, Chuck is in the house right now. He is also part of the same group, United Constitutional Patriots, and he said that Kim is part of the war room, so she is part of intel and helping out, coordinate everything that goes on in the, the work that they do on the border. They do help the Border Patrol. The Border Patrol down there in El Paso cannot do it all. And they work specifically where the border wall ends, where everybody can sneak in. And then there is a train track there that They're getting real sneaky with the train. And right at the end of the border fence right there is where all these buses are coming in and dropping off busloads of immigrants so they can cross the border. Border Patrol cannot handle all that, okay? So United Constitutional Patriots is down there helping. Ah, here we go. Let's see who this is. Hi, this is Atomic News TV.
Hello?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good. Who is this?
My name's Corbin.
Hi, Corbin.
We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level.
My phone was ringing. Sorry. It was my kid. She probably thinks I'm supposed to, someone's supposed to pick her up. But I have you here. So what do you want to talk about tonight?
I have some, agrees and disagrees with the border.
Sure.
My disagrees is, it won't stop immigrants from coming into America. I mean, it's been proven throughout time that there's some way to get into America. No matter how you do it, there's always a somehow to do it, which I don't know if they think all building this big wall is going to stop someone, because it won't stop nobody. That's what I personally think.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason I disagree with the border being built, I just believe everyone should be equal. Like, doesn't matter where you're from or how you are in life. Doesn't matter what race, religion. Everyone should be equal. Right. Like, I know a lot of people. I'm friends with a lot of people who are different races, and I treat them like I want to be treated like an American citizen.
Right.
But there's some people out there, right? For example, they'll be like, "Oh, it's racist." I mean, that's fine. You can be racist, but at least know what the hell you're going to be talking about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't be acting like stupid, saying, "Oh, this and that." Because think about it. Everyone's ancestors, they were immigrants too at one point. Where we all come from an immigrant background. So I don't know if all people do, but I know some people do. However, I do agree with the border. It could help with like a drug crime, because from Mexico to America, there's been like a lot of drug busts from immigrants sneaking in drugs.
Yes.
And I think it might help with the security wise. Right. It might help. And I think another reason is because I don't want to like twist my words, but I feel like it might keep some immigrants out. But it's hard to explain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
I feel like if we're all equal to one extent, we'll be all good. Because think about like what Trump's doing now. He's talking to the leader of North Korea. If you can do that with the Mexican government, there might be a big step in history.
Yeah.
Like it has never been done. It's never been done before. Not that I'm aware of, but it's probably never been done before. And if it happens, this will be a big step in Trump's legacy. If Trump can do it before the year 2020, or if he gets reelected, then I think he will be the most respected person. Because right now, as he's facing himself, he's not getting respect. To be honest, like a lot of people dislike him, and I support him a little bit. I respect the fact he's going to North Korea and talking to leaders. I want this to stop, and we want to make amends. It's never been done before. But if he does that with the Mexican government, I feel like it will be a good impact. It will change him. It won't make him this money-hungry, some sociopath who allegedly hits women in his past. But I feel like if he did that, it might change some things in people's perspectives. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is an excellent point that you just made. I honestly, I never thought about that, and you bring a very, good point to the table.
Thank you. I try to help people get the recognition and memo across, because there's some people who say they know stuff, but they'll say they know it, but they won't back up the evidence.
Yes.
I know what I've been doing. I've been learning history for many years. Ever since I was in high school, I've been reading history books, this makes sense, but everything like that. But there's a lot of things America can do to make itself quote unquote great again.
Yeah.
Here's another example. The thing what happened with 9/11, people are now going after Muslims, saying, "Oh, every Muslim is bad." That's not true.
Sure.
I know some Muslim people, and the killjoy saying, "Oh, I'm gonna blow stuff up, haha," because he's used to that by now. You know what I mean? I don't blame him for it. If he's used to it by now, he has the right to joke about it. It's his religion. If people want to joke on his religion, he should have the right too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when I tell him, dude, that's not gonna help you with the recognition that you want. If you want to be like as treated as everyone else, you don't want to joke about all of that. And he's not starting to realize that if he stops doing that, it actually might make him like more recognizable and different from others. And also the Venezuela issue, I just hate it. I know two people there. Like the two people I know, they're amazing artists. Like they're underrated, and America's not helping that much. Because one of my friends said they lost power for 48 hours, and I donate to them like every month. Right. Because they're my friends. I know them for many years, and I always cherish them. They help me with stuff. I help them with stuff. It's like it's a family thing. There's people around here that don't know you, but they're going to be family one day to you. Even if you don't know them, you should always treat people like your family. You know what I mean? Right. So now back with the North Korea and Mexican assassin. I feel like them two are similar but different. Different why the Mexican government, they don't have missiles. North Korea does. But the one thing they do have in common is that they're people too. They're one union. They're one nation, country. They're one equal. I feel like if everyone wants to be equal, I think Trump should start realizing, then I should start treating people like equal. Because if he doesn't, the year 2020 comes, he's not going to be reelected. There's other people who are running against him. They have no idea what they're talking about. I think one was like Kanye West. He would not know what he's doing. Then there's celebrities going to do it. They won't know nothing because just because they have the fame, they think, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, no, you have to have like years of experience. You got to know what you're doing. I mean, it's hard to explain.
Right. Well, I want to thank you for calling in and giving your opinion. I appreciate that. It differs, and you had the you were brave enough to call in and give an opinion that is, that might be viewed as different. And so I just want you to know that I appreciate that, and I want to thank you for calling in and wish you an excellent night. Okay.
You too.
All right. You take care.
You too.
Bye-bye. Okay, you guys, excellent. You know, he made a very good point. And, you guys, I don't expect every single phone call to be, yes, I agree with you, Laura. Yes, what you say is, exactly correct. I acknowledge that there are people out there with different feelings and different opinions, and I just want you to know that if you think differently than me, that's okay. Here's another call, though, so let's do it. Hi, this is Atomic News TV.
Hi, this is She-Wolf with the United Constitutional Patriots. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. Doing well. I heard a lot of what you had said to Little Rebel when she was on the phone a little bit, and brought back a lot of memories of being down there. We're heading back down tomorrow. We had to come home, care for the critters and stuff, but sounds like you have a lot of questions of the feelings and emotions of being down there on the border, and I think I can fill you in a little bit on that. I know when our guys, the first night they got down there, they left like 3-4 days before we got there, maybe a couple more days before we got there. And the first night they got there, they actually were directly involved with catching 180 coming across the border. And I believe I sent you that article. And the whole thing is these groups, or small, large, no matter what, they are actually being used as shields for the other ones that are coming across that are not so good. These are the innocent ones that we're actually catching, and then the bad ones are coming across a couple miles up the border, and the BP is able to capture them because they've got somebody handling the other ones, so it's been working out really well. The other night, the first night I got there, we had 12 darn near right up on our camp. And they went out there, and the guys told them in Spanish, sit down, or stop, and they all stopped, and they told them, sit down, and my heart was aching because, you know, I guess one child was frightened, and when they were sitting down, I heard a child crying out, and that just broke my heart because it was a cold night. The wind was blowing. Even our men out there in full fatigues and everything were cold.
Mm-hmm.
And they were from Guatemala, you know, and here they are walking all that way, or however they got up there, I don't even know. And these kids, no jackets, you know, and scared as could be, and all of a sudden people jump out from the bushes, tell them sit down, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were in the process of calling BP to come and get them, they sent 2 men out to come and get them, and they were a shield for 700 that were coming over a couple bellies on to the left of us. So, and then I think it was night before last.
Mm-hmm.
We had two walk up in camp. In fact, while we were doing our radio show, they walked up into camp, and the guys went out there and stopped them, and they sat down. We called the Border Patrol, and they were kids. They were 15, 16-year-old kids,
Mm-hmm.
unaccompanied minors. And we found out today, as a matter of fact, that while they were trying to keep everybody busy with these 2 that came up towards our camp,
Mm-hmm.
Down the road the opposite direction where the fence actually is, I guess 2 were able to get up and over with backpacks and drugs. But because we had these, and it only took one guy to come up and get those 2 kids, the rest of the Border Patrol stayed put, which normally, you know, more than one would go up there and they'd leave their posts, then those 2 would have gotten away. But because we were up there and they knew that they had backup and everything, they only sent one guy up, and the other Border Patrols that were down there were able to catch the 2 that had jumped the fence with the drugs. So, you know, we can make a difference. We're just normal, everyday working people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're not rich, we're not wealthy. We're just going down there trying to protect our country and make sure that we can do whatever it is that we can do, you know,
Mm-hmm.
to help out with what's going on. It takes your heart and twists it in so many directions that you can't even imagine the emotions that run through your body in one night. You know, you go from maybe a wee bit of fear to empathy, to compassion, to anger that this is happening, to, I mean, the emotions just get so jumbled up. And this morning they caught a group of 200 coming across right there below our encampment. They caught a couple more coming by a little bit later. I mean, they're it's never ending. And the area that we cover is probably, I would have to say, maybe we can see all the way across the belly, you know, up to almost the Santa Teresa area.
Okay.
But the area that we actually cover would probably encompass no more than maybe 4 or 5 miles.
Uh-huh.
You know, and for us as a small group to capture and see this much traffic, can you imagine what's happening on the rest of the unsecured border?
Oh, exactly.
You know?
Yes, exactly. If you think about the big picture, I mean, it just blows your mind. It's whoa. I agree.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've sent you pictures of what we've been doing out there. You've seen the videos that I've sent you, I hope.
Yes,
you know?
I look at everything you send me.
Yeah, I don't know if you had a chance to read that newspaper article.
Yes.
But, you know, that does show that, yes, indeed, we are down there and we are making a difference. However small it is, we are making a difference. That group of 12 was mostly women and children. And some of them were infant children. But there was one man, full-grown man with them. I'm assuming, I don't know, so don't quote me on this, but it's almost like he was the coyote. He was bringing over the women to traffic and the children to traffic, and that's what really just rips you apart is when you know for a fact that a mile away from you there's a tree down there with bras and underwear hanging on it, and they call it their prize. It's their rape tree. We found underneath one of those trees down there, we found a excuse me, I'm going to cry. I get emotional. It makes me so sad. But we found a purse down there, and it had a piece of paper with phone numbers on it, and they must have been pretty important to this person because they had taken clear plastic tape and taped it across the front and back of this notebook paper with all of these phone numbers on it. And we found there was a Mexicali voting registration card in there.
Right, okay, yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, I sent you a picture, and then medications and just a few other things in there, you know, and you don't know if this person is dead or alive, if she was raped right there in that spot, if she was part of the group bringing across children to be trapped. I mean, your mind just goes crazy out there thinking, what is happening? And then hearing women screaming on the other side and knowing they're only 100 yards away from you, if even. And there's not a thing you can do about it. You know what's happening to them. You can hear the terrors in their voices, and there's not a damn thing you can do. And the other night, one of the guards called me over behind the truck, and she taps me on the shoulder, and she said, listen. And I'm listening, and I start hearing drums. Now, these aren't like powwow drums. These aren't like musical drums, like band drums. They were like, they weren't Mayan drums, because I know what Mayan drums sound like. They were like Congo type drums. Really different type drum beats and sounding drums. And the drums went on for about 10-15 minutes, and then I heard a woman scream at the top of her lungs 3 times. And then after that, on the side of the town that the drums were coming from, I heard gunfire, like 5 or 6 shots. And then from the other side of the town, we heard the same thing, 5 or 6 shots. And then everything was silent.
Wow, that's crazy.
It just, it messes with your head. It really does. You know, but you do what you do for your country and to try to protect your own backyard, you know, and I can see where men that actually went to war can get PTSD, because I tell you what, some of this stuff really does mess with me. You know, hearing the women screaming and seeing the children and seeing them cold and hungry, and it's horrible.
Wow.
You know, and these people say it's not a crisis. I'm sorry. People are walking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles. You know, like these kids last night, though, that came across to guard the drug cartel from getting busted. They, on the other hand, I noticed it in the video. I wasn't there for that one, but when I was looking at the video, the one kid, and he's 15, 16 years old, had on a pair of ostrich boots.
Yeah,
Those things are like...
I noticed those weird boots in that video.
Yep, they were ostrich boots and real fine, nice coat. You know they were getting paid by the cartel. How can a kid afford that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And he's unaccompanied. He comes across. He's a shield. The drugs get in. They arrest him. He's unaccompanied, so they send him back, and he's made his money for being a decoy.
Wow, that is crazy. Well, I wanna thank you so much for your information and your opinion, and showing, talking about it from another side. Like, I get a lot of male callers, but not as many female callers. So I appreciate that you took the time to call in tonight and give your testimony about what you've seen and what you know about what's going on the border right now.
Yeah, all I can say is to all your listeners, this is not fake. This is really, really happening. And our men down there on the border are sleeping on tents or on the ground or in their cars. They've left their families, they've left their loved ones to go down there to protect our back door. Not mine, not yours, everybody's back door. And we need help. We need boots on the ground. We need people to go down and be aware of what's really happening, instead of all of these people that go down there and knock a couple times on a 40-foot fence and say, see, there's no invaders. Well, of course there's not. They walk 5 feet that way and there's no wall.
Right. Well, you guys, for everybody that's watching my channel right now, make sure that you guys go check out United Constitutional Patriots. They're on Facebook. They do have a radio show on YouTube. You guys go check them out. They are working for us. They are on our side. So I want to thank you so much for calling in, and I hope that everybody stays safe tonight, and I know I'll be talking to you soon, okay?
Okay, next time I talk to you, I'll probably be on the border.
All right. Be careful.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
We'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye-bye. Wow. Like, I can only imagine what they go through when they're down there and what they see. You can't help but even though you're fighting for your country and trying to stop these people from coming in, we're human. We can't stop, our feelings too as well. So I have another caller here. Hold on just a moment. Hi, this is Atomic News TV.
Hey, how are you? It's me, Tony Tucro.
Hey, Tony Tucro, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I seen you in chat. So I hear you're headed down to the border.
Yes, I am. I am going on Wednesday, definitely.
Okay. Cool. Are you working with United Constitutional Patriots, or are you just going down there by yourself, or how's that going down?
No. I'm going with United. They're going to meet up with me at the bus station.
Okay, cool.
And
Awesome.
El Paso. Someone's coming to get me. I just want to tell you that, the other caller was really outlandish. Because you were saying this is not normal. It's an invasion of people coming in, not just, just one or two, okay, or 5 or 6, or a group of 10 or a group of 12. That's fine. But you're talking about 3, 7, 1,000, It's not cool. It's just like when back in the day when my natives were, my ancestors were here first, and when the white man came over here, the Europeans, it's like we should have built the damn wall.
Yeah, right.
But no, we're inviting people to come in, and then heading to the border. But it's like this. I'm a full-blood native, and it'd be nice to have someone on that side representing us as a country. As you know what I mean? It's
Yes.
I can't wait.
Yes. Well, it definitely takes a lot of guts to go down there and do that, because it's I don't care what anybody says, it's a scary thing, because you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, there are drug runners down there, there is cartel down there, there are dangerous people down there, so it does take a lot of cojones to go down there and, you know, help protect your country. So what you're doing is amazing, and I just want to, you know, say thank you to you personally for going down and doing that.
I appreciate it. I just can't wait, and I will have an update every day when I'm there, when I'm down there.
Well, you know, I saw you on Facebook. Do you Facebook a lot? Are you ever on Facebook?
Lately I have been.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna send you a friend request from my personal Facebook page. So if you see a Laura send you a friend request, you know, keep me updated. You can message me anytime. Let me know what's going on and what you see, okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, you take care and have a good night.
You too. Later.
All right, bye-bye. All right, that was Tony Two Crow. He's been in chat since the beginning of the live stream, so I appreciate that he called in and, you know, gosh, you guys are so impatient. My dogs are like... my dogs don't want to be in the live stream. Oh, well, maybe Ragnar does. Hi, Ragnar. Say hi, Ragnar, the Viking wiener. I have two dogs in here with me that are waiting for me to, like, love on them. You guys, I've had some amazing phone calls tonight. You know, I could go on forever and talk about this. This is just... the border is never ending. There's so much going on down there. You guys make sure that you stay tuned into everything that's going on. Every time I get any footage, I'm going to upload it for you. You know, I know he probably never watches my channel, but I want to personally thank Anthony for allowing me to post his footage. I want to personally thank Paloma for Trump for allowing me to post her footage. Patriot Movement AZ, another amazing group that lets me post their footage. You guys, whenever I post footage, I ask permission, and these people have been kind enough to say, yes, go ahead, because we want the word to get out. We want people to know the truth, that we want people to see what is really going on the border. You guys, this live stream's been going on for an hour and almost 20 minutes. That's a long live stream, but it was good. I had some good callers. I want to let you guys know that don't forget, Atomic News TV t-shirts are out there. When this video uploads and officially processes, you're going to see the link. You guys can order a t-shirt and support the channel. If you like, subscribe, and share this video, I am going to choose one person who does all of that. You have to do 1, 2, 3. You got to have all those things to get one of the Atomic News t-shirts free. And I will send that to you personally as a thank you for supporting my channel. So you guys make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this video and get the truth out there. I want to say thank you to everybody that has been here tonight. Thank you for everybody that did a super chat. Thank you to all of my callers, my moderators, and everybody that has been talking in this chat. I've been watching. You know, as the calls come in, and you guys have so much to say, and I love that, and I love that you are all here, and I hope that you guys will continue to follow my live streams. As usual, I'm going to try and do one twice a week, sometime midweek and sometime weekend. One of these days, I'm going to have like a schedule. Probably when I get to Arizona and I actually have my studio set up where I'm going to be filming, like, you know, not from my phone. So, you know, one of these days. But I hope you guys all have a great weekend. I got to go make some dinner because I know that Mr. Atomic and my older kid are waiting for me to cook some shrimp. We're going to have some shrimp tonight. I hope you guys all enjoyed everything tonight. And I'm sorry about Thursday and how the live stream got all screwed up. But you guys make sure you hop over to Let's Be Frank. His live stream, if it's not already started, it's going to be starting soon. Make sure you watch him, support him. He has a great channel. You're going to love him. Make sure you support United Constitutional Patriots. And you guys make sure you just support our border in general. All right. You guys have a good night. And until Covfefe. I screwed that one up. Until next time. Peace out, guys. I can't even shut off the damn camera. What? I'm fired.